Well, my name is Shadow, and today I'm going to be playing, as you can see on screen, the Stanley Parallel Deluxe version. I have previously played the original version years and years ago, and so it just came out today, and I'd recommend getting it as soon as you can, because I believe it's 33% off if you own the original. Guess I don't see. Oh well. Alright, so let's go ahead and start. And let's see if we can get through some of the brand new endings. Because I believe there is 20 new endings. Um, and we'll try to see if I can get through them.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
Oh, perfect. We're starting now. Let's see. So, I'm going to try to see how many endings we can get through. And I'm playing the deluxe version for the first time.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Yeah, I don't remember too much. It's been a couple years since I've actually played the original version, so we'll have to see how well I did on the did on this version. I've heard good things. The reviews on Steam look pretty good. Guess this is just there's just the one way. That's not like the, oh yep, here's the two hallways.
When Stanley came to a set of two open doors, he entered the door on his left.
So I mean, this I could just go the standard way or refuse it. I almost wonder if this is just the default game, but then you have to find the I wonder if you have to find the new endings, but you can still play the old endings. I have no idea. We'll just have to wait and see. And he said take the left door, which is the same as the old one. Um, so I'm just gonna go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it. Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in. But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
That's where they want me to go, but I feel. Oh, you what? I don't think I've been in this room before, have I? Oh yeah, I think so. Sure. Not right now.
Stanley was so bad at following directions, it's incredible he wasn't fired years ago.
Oh, yep, I remember this.
Look, Stanley, I think perhaps we've gotten off on the wrong foot here. I'm not your enemy, really, I'm not. I realize that investing your trust in someone else can be difficult, but the fact is that the story has been about nothing but you all this time. There's someone you've been neglecting, Stanley. Someone you've forgotten
Oh
about.
shit,
Please, stop trying to make every decision by yourself.
that's his
I'm not
wife.
asking for me, I'm asking for
Oh shit, I
her.
forgot Stanley had a wife.
This is it,
Oh wait,
Stanley.
it's fake,
Your
isn't it? I
chance to
can't
redeem
remember. It's
yourself.
hard to
To
say.
put your work aside. To let her back into your life. She's been waiting.
Is this a super linear ending? Like, can I deviate from this ending? Oh, I
That's
don't think
her,
so.
Stanley. You need to be.
Um, did I just break the game? Oh no, I didn't.
Oh, Stanley, is that you? Hold on, sweetie. Sorry to keep you waiting. I'm just
I
pulling the
just
bread out
did.
of the oven. All right. Okay, there we go. All right, now, I want you to come in and tell me all about your day.
Gotcha. Oh, come on. Did you actually think you had a loving
Right, she doesn't have
wife
a
who'd
life.
want to
I thought
commit
it
their
up.
life to you?
Jeez.
I'm trying to make a point here, Stanley. I'm trying to get you to see something. Come inside. Let me show you what's really going on here. Sorry, but you're in my story now.
So I can't leave. I didn't know that.
This is a very sad story about the death of a man named Stanley. Stanley is quite a boring fellow. He has a job that demands nothing of him, and every button that he pushes is a reminder of the inconsequential nature of his existence.
Hey, so I think this
All his
time.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley went around touching every little thing in the office, it didn't make a single difference, nor did it advance the story in any way.
It's very clever. They released on the 27th, and yeah. I think I'm just going the standard way. I don't remember. I don't remember any of the I don't know. I guess I have no idea where the command would be.
When Stanley came to a set of two open
But it
doors,
was
he
good
entered the
for
door on his
now.
left.
It's been so long I remember half the ending.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to
There
go
is
up to
another
his boss's
one.
office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Monday, termination, IT department, broke Wednesday. What about 432? Don't tell 42 about my meeting. Culture. Anything on here? Just have the broom closet. Push funding. Standard drafts. There's move my desk. please keep off the topic of, I wonder what it was. Fire paper by heart. Somebody fired the paper boy. I don't see anything. I have no idea. Prioritize. Oh, I'm a post-it. What are these weird yellow things? I've seen them like 3 times already. Oh. Yeah, there's an ending where you can hide in this closet.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
So
Coming to a
upstairs, I think, is
staircase,
the escape
Stanley walked
pod.
upstairs to his boss's office.
Oh yeah, the boss's office, and then you can get to like the secret door of the escape pod.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss. Admitting he had left his post during work hours, he might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished. His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all. None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down? Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went? And for that matter, these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating? No, Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real.
11,
And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream.
1, 2,
What a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation.
Oh, perfect.
His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job. He wasn't crazy after all. And he thought to himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons.
I
may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And one thought it all very odd. I wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams. The truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself? Believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please. It's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life
I
exactly
don't
the
have a
way it's
life,
always
dude.
been.
Or a job anymore.
My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just
Oh god,
someone
the
tell
lights
me
are
I am
on.
real. I
I
must
don't
be
think that
real.
was...
I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Wow.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Huh.
And although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy, this much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, new content. Look at that.
Oh, new content? What does that mean, new content?
So I guess I just unlocked that by doing a couple normal endings, I guess. Oh, this looks like I can go over here. Ooh, creepy.
Hello, and thank you for playing the Stanley Parable
Yay!
Ultra Deluxe.
Man,
As you may know,
it's
the
been so
Stanley
long.
Parable was a video game released in 2013 on home computers. After receiving critical and commercial success, it was expanded upon in 2022 with the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, a reimagining of the game for consoles and home computers. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe features exciting new content that broadens and expands the world of the Stanley Parable, delighting
Yeah, I
audiences
never
the
played it
world
back in
over.
2013. I want to say I played it closer to
Please, step inside and see what
2018,
thrilling new adventures
2019, I want
await
to
in
say.
the Stanley Parable
I haven't played
Ultra
it in a long
Deluxe.
time.
Oh, well, this sounds delightful. I'm very excited to see the thrilling new Ultra Deluxe content.
one over here. Yeah, I'm excited to see it too.
Okay, so far it's an elevator. Nothing special yet, but I'm sure it's just the beginning of a mesmerizing adventure.
I feel like something's gonna trick me or something weird's gonna happen. I mean, something of course
Is it
weird.
broken? What's going on here? Should we be moving somewhere or... Oh, there we go. All right, finally, at long last, it's on to the new content.
Whoa.
I've never been more ready. Let's do it.
There we go.
I have to say, initial impressions of Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, mostly tedious. It's as if them... Oh, okay. Let's see the content. Give me the content, Stanley.
Oh. Finally.
All right.
Okay.
All right, let's see. It's the jump circle.
What the hell? We can jump now? Alright, screw this. Bye.
Is that it? Surely that's not all the new content. There has to be something else, right?
Actually, I guess I'm gonna finish jumping. I thought you'd get mad at me. Ooh, so fun! Hooray! Oh god. What is my life at this point? Oh. Huh. That's it? Huh. Okay, I guess I'm moving on. Maybe they didn't expect me to finish that, but okay. What if I just go back? Like, oh, okay.
Goodness, another elevator. Stanley, I have to say, initial impressions of this game are not positive. It's just elevators and jumping. Is this what passes for exciting new content? If this is new content, then I could just read you the whole dictionary. There's 20 hours of new content right there. Hell, I could count to 30 trillion. You could put that on the box. The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, now with over 1,000 hours of new content. And oh, wait. There's more. Very good. Yes.
Yeah, I didn't figure it out there, I mean...
Let's see it. I'm ready for whatever it is.
Thank you for... Really? Wow, these developers have a sense of humor, my god.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fan base rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar. And don't get me started on the level of craftsmanship that's gone into it. In fact, I'm looking right now at the game's achievements, and it's hard to believe one of them actually says, "Test achievement, please ignore." What quality assurance department signed off on this? I'm infuriated and I'm offended, and I intend to find these people on Twitter and hold them personally accountable. It's my fault, Stanley. I built up too much anticipation around the new content, I'm afraid. It could never have lived up to such expectations. If you're still with me, why don't we just reset the game, and we'll try to get back to what the Stanley Parable is really about. No frills, no gimmicks. Just you and me having a great time together like always. What do you say, friend?
What if I don't reset the game? Oh, it's gonna reset it for me. I thought I had to manually reset it. Oh. I'll probably try to put some timestamps below so you can try to like navigate between the different endings. Oh shit. Yeah, so you can try to navigate between the different endings in the video. Or if you'd like, you just watch all the way straight through. I think both is great. Yeah, at least I hope so far you're enjoying. Oh, that's the picture of the office before it. Like this? I'm really not sure. I wonder if one of the endings is just staying in the room like in the old one, but in this version.
Psst! Stanley! Come over here! In the vent! I want to show you something!
No thanks.
Oh,
Shit. Did he just kill us? Did the narrator just kill us? That was a dirty trick. Oh no, don't tell me it's frozen. Oh, we're good. Oh, I see.
okay. You remember how cheap and unsatisfying the new Ultra Deluxe content turned out to be? Well, it got me thinking about the past and how much better the Stanley Parable used to be. So I made something special and tucked it away here where the game's developers won't find it. Just our little secret. Take a look.
Whoa. What the? Ah! Am I in a cathedral or a castle? Oh, it's a little laggy.
I call it the Memory Zone. It's where I've been storing all my favorite memories so I can relive the peak experiences of my life whenever I want. Experiences like the launch of the Stanley Parable on PC. You see, Stanley, doesn't the Memory Zone remind you of how wonderful Stanley Parable was before it was sullied with a cheap re-release? Remember back in October of 2013, when the game originally launched?
Yeah, I never played
Back
this back in
then, video
2013.
games had integrity. Back then, it all meant something. Oh, the
It's very
waste.
cool. What's this? Oh, audience award. What's this? The British Academy of Film and Television Artists. Oh God, that's not even your award, clearly. The Last of Us. That's funny. I guess I haven't played The Last of Us. Let's begin again. Let's do a postcard. 2013. Oh, I think that's. Wait. Oh no, that's not the actual time. Well, I mean, it's close enough. I think military time. Smile because it. Oh, CD. It makes me terrible on CD. I guess yeah. If it was on console, yeah, it would. Dollar. I don't see anything on the dog. Looks like it's a fairly standard dog. I don't see anything on here that was right. I bet you there's gonna be some cool Easter eggs somewhere. It's Stanley Parable demonstration. I played through the demo. It was interesting. Cause I don't play for 5 years. Unachievable. Yeah, I have both of these achievements on the old game. I don't know how I got it. I guess I know I got that one. I'll go. I didn't know that they got awards. Or maybe it's funny. Maybe it's supposed to be funny. But as far as I know, I didn't know they got awards. Huh, interesting. I have to see if these were like real articles. They'll stop choices. Oh God, I just got that ending. There's Stanley. The hell? I can't even. Like, what? That's not person. That's a hamster. Oh, I get it now. Like the developer's hamster, maybe. Look over there, there's an invisible barrier. Oh god, this is so culty. Oh, that's not so bad, actually. It's kind of cool.
And over here is where I keep reviews of the Stanley Parable. Like this stunning triumph of games journalism, 10 out of 10 from
Oh god, it is
Destructoid.com.
culty.
James
Oh
Stephanie Sterling
god.
writes, and I quote, "Where so many games that aspire to be more than games end up less than any form of art, Stanley Parable strives and then succeeds to be every game ever created." Did you hear that, Stanley? Every game ever created. That's how grand and all-encompassing the original Stanley Parable was. It was literally every game ever created. It was
Don't tell me
Skyrim,
they
it
made
was
an
Persona
entire...
3, it was all of them, and now it's nothing. It's no games at all. It isn't even the Stanley Parable anymore.
Oh
It's just a
god.
husk now.
You're
A
telling me that
lifeless
they
husk
made an
with an
entire
hour of
DLC just
new
to
elevator
glorify its own
content.
game? Oh my god, just gold at the bottom. Okay. This is very cool. All the little Easter eggs. It's a nostalgic good, yeah it is. Oh my god, is that a dirt house? Oh god. Oh, Portal, I need to, like, complete that game. I don't know if I've actually ever, like, completed it. Version of the year, oh god. Um, whoa. What is that? This can't be Donkey Kong, can it? No, that's not. I'm crazy. And the door. Oh. Oh, I can't leave. Oh god, is that a knock? It is a knockoff Mac. Like a pine cone or something? I don't know. That's funny. For Scott K. Must be a developer. There's a lot I guess I don't know about this game. Quick and die. Oh god, it's so, oh god. There's so many references I guess I don't get. Maybe you'd have to kinda know who the developers are. I guess I don't know much
Here's
about
another
them.
moving passage, this time from GameSpot.com. The Stanley Parable is both a richly stimulating commentary on the nature of choice in games and one that offers some of the most enjoyable, surprising, and rewarding choices I've ever been confronted with in a game. 9 out of 10. Don't you get it, Stanley? The game was perfect. It didn't need anything else. It didn't need new content.
Oh
It
my
just
god.
needed to be left alone, to spend the rest of time collecting dust in the hallowed hall of beloved video game memories.
Oh god. So special. Oh cool, this door opened back up. Imagine I can just go downstairs now.
These were simpler times, Stanley. But I wouldn't give to go back, to have it all over again.
Maybe I should go back and replay, just go back through the old endings and replay those. That might be fun.
Wait, hang on. I don't recall this part of the memory zone before. What's this? What's down here?
What is it?
Oh
Steam
no.
reviews.
Oh God, no. Stanley, it's a collection of reviews from Steam, the online video game distributor. I haven't looked at these in years. I can't even imagine what's been collecting down here. Surely these reviews were glowing as well, weren't they? Honestly, I could not be bothered to play this game to full completion. The narrator is obnoxious and unfunny, with his humor and dialogue proving to be more irritating than entertaining. Unfunny! I'm not trying to be funny. I'm trying to make a serious work of art. I suppose I could write up a handful of gags to insert into the Stanley Parable, but the game is already such a densely layered web of profound philosophical insights that I can't even imagine where I'd have the room to stick them.
This is awesome. Oh, they definitely shitting on other games for sure. He reviews. Oh god, more bad reviews. I never left a review. I don't typically leave reviews on games. And I enjoyed it when I got it. That's when I originally got it, was on Steam.
Okay, let's see what this one says. While the idea for the game is good, for someone who prefers non-linear games, this preachiness gets annoying fast. Preachy? Stanley? I'm not preachy, am I? You can tell me if I'm preachy. Honestly, you can. Oh, goodness. This is actually quite shocking for me. I always, well, to be honest, I had always thought of the game's dialogue as being rather terse to begin with. You can't know how much fluff I cut from the game to get it to feel as light and airy as it... Well, I always thought it did. But maybe it wasn't. Oh dear. What an awful memory to have to hold on to. These black marks on my otherwise unimpeachable track record. I feel like a failure. Like I let these people down. Perhaps the Stanley Parable isn't quite as sterling as I always remembered.
Maybe people can't just appreciate. Oh god, why is this review in the
What's
water?
this one got to say? You constantly have to stop doing anything so the narrator can catch up with his long-winded explanations of what's happening. I wish there was a skip button. A skip button? Well, yes. Yes, I think we can do that. If I'm truly too preachy, then maybe letting you skip ahead for just a moment, surely it couldn't hurt. Not if it means we can strike these negative reviews from the record. Only positive reviews of the Stanley Parable. That's my motto today, and it's always been my motto. I'd do anything for the customer, Stanley. Yes, a skip button we shall have.
I mean, to be fair, sometimes the narration's a little long when this was you've already played that ending. Oh god, this is good.
And here it is.
God,
Go ahead and give it a shot. I'll pop you forward in time so that the second my incessant droning starts to bore you, with just the push of a button, you'll have zipped right past it. It's what the players have been asking for, and I'm very proud to have delivered. No more listening to me rambling on and on and on. No, 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 no. The Stanley Parable is a game for the people. And if the people want silence, then by goodness, that's what they're going to get. Well, don't sit. Oh, you're back, you see. You were only frozen in time for a few minutes, but it was plenty of time for me to deliver a long, rambling monologue full of unnecessary verbal flourishes and lengthy ruminations on the nature of choice in video games. Of course, I happen to believe it was perhaps one of my more profound such ruminations. Not that, of course, you need a description of it, but if I had to describe it, I'd say it was perhaps less of a rumination and more of a treatise. Or maybe a manifesto. Look, I'll outline it for you very briefly, and you can tell me what you think. Okay, so my theory is that any choice you've ever made is simply a series of choices made by the person who you are, or were, or will be at the time of having made said choice. That is to say, if by articulating a choice you've already made, you bring that choice into being, then by
think it was pushing both.
Well, there, sport. You really did catch me rambling on a bit, didn't you? But that's the power of the button. The minute I start to go off on a thoughtless display of self-absorption, it's right at your fingertips to go poof, and it's all over. Oh, I can't wait to see what... Okay, welcome back, Stanley. Now, I should say that the amount of time the button has been skipping through is becoming longer and longer. That last one was, well, I want to say maybe 30, 45 minutes. It's not unendurable by any means, but it's, well... Stanley, please don't push the button again. It's been 12 hours. You've just been frozen there. I don't know why the skips are getting longer, but they're really, truly getting longer.
Deal with that narrator.
Stanley, you're back. You're back. Oh, my goodness. I have someone to talk to again. Stanley, I think it's been a week. Or 2 weeks. I've been sitting here all that time. Just sitting.
I think it wants me to do this.
Oh, hello. It's you. You're here again. Welcome. I have had time to think about you and about us and about everything we've been through. I've had so much time. I stopped keeping track after a year. Have you ever sat down in one place and not moved for one entire year? Let me describe it for you. To begin with, there is only regret. There is only the turning wheel of missed opportunities.
Just keep skipping this. We don't need a long-winded rant. Clarence did. Did I kill him? Hello? Narrator. Maybe he got fed up with me. Time hasn't changed, well. I'm skipping that. I do not want to.
But they didn't understand the game was never meant to be funny. It was meant to have a point. It was meant to speak to the human condition. But where are the jokes? Where are the jokes? They bemoaned, they screamed, they gnashed their teeth and said, entertain us. It wasn't enough. They had to leave a pathetic little... The end is never the end, 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 is never...
Okay. How much time have I been skipping? This is very bizarre. Yep, I officially broke something. I count that as a success. If something hasn't been broken, then it wasn't worth it at all. It makes zero sense at all. Oh, hey, Daylight. Is the narrator dead? I haven't heard from him in a while. What is that? You know, I could just skip and I could just be impaled by something. Oh shit, that's cool. There's stuff growing in here. How long time passed? Very confused. Oh, everything's dead. I'm just gonna push this again. That's creepy. Is this a horror game now? This is unexpected. Wait, hold on. My FOV is super weird. What the hell? Minecraft music? No, it's not. This is so broken. Where did it go? Did I skip it? What? Ah, there's something over there, maybe? The narrator's gotta be dead. Am I just gonna die? Oh, probably, yep, that sounds about right. Probably just died of thirst or something. I don't know. The planet just go extinct? Is that how much I skipped? I definitely missed a lot of important information, that's for sure. I wonder if that's like the petty point they're trying to get across. God, this is so special. Oh, we're back to the original ending?
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Hmm. New content.
Oh, good. You noticed my sign. Yes, I have something very exciting to show you.
The door shut? I still can't get over there. I haven't noticed any achievements or anything pop up, so I have no idea. Um, I wonder if I have to go back and retry some of those endings, see if I can find more endings. I don't know. Okay, so we're back here. This is gonna be some dumb joke again. New
You
content.
see, Stanley,
New?
I've been
New? Is
reflecting on the
that?
Stanley parable and about how roundly disappointing this ultra deluxe version has turned out to be. The original Stanley parable was a landmark, and any new content for it should live up to that legacy. So forget this ultra deluxe nonsense. I say we take it one step even further. Which is why I'm very proud to announce for the first time ever the Stanley Parable 2.
Okay.
Yes, you see, isn't this far superior to a measly re-release with a few minor additions? Think of all the new territory we'll cover with a fully fledged sequel. An entirely new experience, built from the ground up. Why, there are
Does
so
there
many
need to be a
possibilities. It could go
sequel?
in so many different directions.
Probably play it.
This is what fans have truly been asking
Why
for.
does this look like a weird ass, like, a weirdly
Calling it the
designed,
Stanley Parable 2 is just so much catchier
weirdly
than Ultra
designed
Deluxe, don't you
movie
think?
theater?
Ultra Deluxe? What does it even mean? But the Stanley Parable 2, now that's an artistic
I mean, like,
statement
I had to
right
download a whole
there.
new
It's
application, so it makes
future-oriented.
sense that
It screams
not an Ultra
progress and
Deluxe.
innovation and long-term franchising potential.
They're back 2 doors. They wanting Stanley gonna invest in his own game. Oh god, it's a PowerPoint slide. Let's see. Stanley Parable 2. The Stanley Parable 2. Ooh, number 5. That's kind of cool. I do like the second one. Oh, but the cursive is cool. I don't know. They all look interesting to me. Although this one that's blown up in the first one is kind of like kind of reminiscent of the first game. Okay, that's dumb with the 2 plants. Wait, there's so much white. I don't know. This is cool though. The brain's cool though. I think the narrator's starting to lose his mind. Whatever we did to him, by skipping all that time did something for sure.
Now, to be clear, I haven't quite nailed down what exactly the
God.
Stanley Parable 2 is going to be, but let's take a look at some of the features I've been developing for it. I figure that if I can loosely organize a handful of interesting concepts, that surely the game will sort of naturally spring up around them. It'll all work itself out. Game development is much more of a fuzzy magic than anything scientific or logical, really.
This is very weird and odd. I wonder if they considered making this like, or maybe this is, maybe we've been playing the Stanley Parable 2 the whole time. We just don't know. Sequels are good. Portal 2, Half-Life 2. Haven't played Half-Life 2. Haven't played Arkham Asylum, but I want to. Divinity Original Sin, I've heard that Doom. That's another one I want to try. Dark Souls. I love Dark Souls. Aladdin Return of Jafar. Wait, they made an Aladdin game? They made 2 Aladdin games. What the hell? That's kind of interesting. Oh, what is this? The prequel to Stanley Parable 2 is the what? The prequel to Stanley. I don't know what the hell that means. Hang on. This way to the show floor. New features. This is very cool. I really like the level design. Somebody did a really good job with the assets. Why does it vaguely look like, I don't even remember the name.
Here we are. Go on, try out some of the new features.
This room like vaguely reminds me of the Prey game. I've only played a little bit of it, but I could be crazy. The button that says the name of the player is playing that game. Hear your name in the game. Okay.
For the Stanley Parable 2, I asked myself, what do players really want? And of course, the first and most obvious answer is that they want to be individually recognized and validated as people. So with that in mind, my first addition to the game is this button which speaks the name of the person playing the game. Isn't that wonderful?
Okay, I'm expecting it not.
Jim. Sorry, I should have clarified. Right now, the button only says the name Jim. But of course, in the final game, this button will say your name, whatever name that is.
Dumb gag.
Here, let's have you role play as Jim to really simulate the full experience of this feature. Just play along. I promise you'll love it. Okay, here we go. Let's take a deep breath, clear your mind, forget whoever you are, and simply become a person named Jim. I want you to imagine yourself living as Jim, sleeping and waking as Jim, falling in love and being heartbroken as Jim, seizing all of the world's possibilities as Jim, and as Jim watching your dreams crumble into dust. Do you feel it deeply? Are you really, truly Jim right now? If so, then please step forward and press the button.
I kind of have to, don't I?
Yes! You see! What a thrill! What a rush! That was you! The button described you! Do it again! Do it again! Jim. Ooh, it hits even harder the second time. If this were the only new feature in the Stanley Parable 2, it would still be worth the money. Let's take a break from the gym button. I'm too emotionally drained from all of this personal validation. Whoa there, cowboy. Sometimes a person can be too much, Jim. I'm putting the gym button away. Otherwise, soon you'll start to lose all sense of
No, I want to be Jim. Or Jim. I don't know. It doesn't even sound like Jim. Okay, I'm leaving.
I suppose I could allow only people named Jim to play the Stanley Parable too.
Oh
That
my
would
God.
actually save me the work of finishing this feature.
What over here? Ooh, you get a cool like overview. Whoever did these assets did a really good job. I really like these assets. It's the free achievement, infinite hull, and setting world champion. I want a free achievement. I'm greedy. Why not? New, free, easy achievement. Yay! Who the hell are you, Mr. You look like a creepy, like, Fallout character. Free achievement, pull the lever, receive it. How much does it works? Just get yours right now. Why do I feel like I'm gonna get scammed?
Now here's something special. You remember that broken test achievement that got left in the game on accident? Well, I'm developing a technology to simply give you the achievement. Yes, you see, you'll come to this lever, and when you pull it, the achievement will be given to you. It's as simple as that.
Please pull me.
Okay, perhaps I should have clarified. This is technology that will exist. Right now, the achievement is still fully broken. I'm not a wizard, Stanley, but I guarantee it will be fixed in the sequel to at last satisfy the hordes of ravenous fans all over the world who have been uproariously demanding this feature. Gamers, we hear you, and I promise it will happen.
Oh my achievement. Wow, I feel scammed. See, if I was an investor, and this was the game that they had to offer, no achievements, it only said Kim or Jim or whatever the hell it wants
What
to
else?
say,
What other exhibits haven't we seen yet?
I would definitely not invest in the game. But yeah, but it's funny as hell. Collect them all. Collect what? Ooh.
Ah, collectibles. Now it's a real video game. In the Stanley Parable 2, you'll run around gathering up these miniature Stanley figurines. And what's truly innovative is that there will be no reward for collecting all of them.
This is neat.
I don't want to stifle the intrinsic joy of watching a number go up. You simply collect all of them, and then you move the hell on with your unremarkable life.
It's just a bloodshed. Yeah. Oh, it's so cute. What? That's a thing now.
God, it really is the worst when you collect everything in a video game and then they give you a big fancy reward for it. Absolutely tragic.
That hole. You are here. That's cool. Come on. I've done jump circle. Oh no, I guess we have to do it again. I don't know. I did the free achievement. The button that says the name. Yeah, I did that. I've done merch. World settings, Stanley Parable Resurgence Bucket, office decorations, epilogue, collections, infinite hole, and exit. I'm going to the infinite hole. That sounds like fun. You won't end. Seems like a terrible idea. What's this over here? This does not look like. Please, no screenshots?
Okay, I'll be honest, I haven't yet decided on this one. I think that in the new version, the office could use a bit of decoration. like balloons, but I'm undecided on Get Well Someday and Happy 12th Birthday. Which would you go with?
Okay. Did the screenshot not work? I don't know if it detected anything. Also, was not paying attention to what it was saying. The narrator. Happy 12th birthday, Stephanie's. Get well someday? What the hell? These are both stupid.
You know, sometimes when you solicit another person's opinion, it makes you realize that you knew which one you actually really wanted all along. Happy 12th birthday,
Oh
Stepniece
god,
it
I hate
is.
you. I don't know. I feel like that was a lost option.
Or actually, maybe I should have gone with... No. No, I've made my decision. We're moving on.
I mean, it's not a bad idea. Get some more merch in here. This t-shirt is the best new feature, too. I saw the new content. Oh shit. Is that a, do you think that, I wonder if that's a real URL. I'll test it real quick. If it'll even pick up on my phone. Let's see. Let's switch to a URL, not URL, QR code. Oh shit. It's real. Stanley Parable to welcome to the official website. A sequel, huh? Informative journey to see what the sequel's all about. So wait, are they making an actual sequel? What the hell? Taste the sequel? Wait, so am I playing the sequel right now? That's what I don't understand. Whatever. I'm just gonna finish the endings. Doesn't make any sense, honestly. Office decorations, the bucket, the button that says the name. I want to go to the bucket. Bucket's back this way. I'm going the wrong way. The reassurance bucket. Yeah, it's a real QR code, but the website was weird.
A common complaint of the Stanley Parable was that it was confusing and paradoxical, that it engendered a chaotic sense of reckless despair in those who played it. Well,
There's no
I'm
bucket.
happy to say that after much consideration, I've engineered a clever solution to this fundamental problem with the game. It's the Stanley Parable Reassurance Bucket. You see, Stanley, anytime you're holding the bucket, a sense of calm and ease will fill your mind and your
There's no
heart. It's
bucket.
true. As long as you hold on to the bucket, the many disorienting contradictions of the Stanley Parable will feel perfectly normal and perhaps even comforting. You may even come to long for the gentle embrace of jarring cognitive dissonance while the bucket is in your arms. And to be honest, it's a much more convenient solution for me than actually redesigning the game to be less uncomfortable. Can you imagine what a pain in the ass that would be? Yes, the bucket is the perfect solution. Come on.
I don't know what
give
the
it a
hell you're
try.
babbling about. What the hell?
Can
We
you
can pick up
feel
shit
it?
now?
The glow of comfort, even in the face of crushing despair, must already be sweeping through your body. And in fact, can I say that I do believe the bucket lends you an air of charisma as well? I
We
think that
can
just
pick up
holding it
stuff
has made
now.
you the slightest bit more
That's
attractive as a
cool.
person. The benefits of the bucket seem to go on, don't they? All this and more await you in the Stanley Parable 2.
Don't tell me this is some stupid, like, marketing scheme to hype up the new game. There really is a Stanley Parable 2.
Does anyone give out awards for most enjoyable bucket in a video game? That really should be an award if it isn't already.
I don't think I've left it here. Consistent quality, updated ray tracing, more of the same but new. The baby's all grown up. The red is the new orange. New office. Okay. No screenshots. I'm supposed to do something. There was something I didn't look at yet. I think, right? There's one more area I haven't checked out. A new achievement, collectibles, merch, settings. I did not check out the settings. Parable bucket, office decorations, epilogue. Oh, I did not go down the infinite hole. Yeah, I checked. I still have no idea what's going on. Space-time infinite hole. Another one for graphs. Oh god. It's like a black hole, maybe? What? I'm so confused.
Stanley, here's an idea that I'm truly fond of. It's never been done before in a video game. This is, in fact, a hole that you can fall down forever. That's right. Infinite falling. You can fall until the end of time, if you like. A stunning leap forward for video games as a medium. You see,
Let me guess, it's
isn't it
not
wonderful?
infinite.
One of my more ingenious concoctions, if I do say so. Now then,
Oh shit, you
since
can move
you've gotten
around.
to see the infinite hole, you can press the teleport button to pop back up to the top, and we can continue onward.
I'm going to assume it's not infinite, because this is like
Now,
unfinished.
I don't mean to be a bummer, but I do recommend you use the teleport button to go back to the top. Maybe do it on the sooner rather than later spectrum of
Oh
things.
shit, I'm gonna call him out on his bluff.
Okay, Stanley, I don't know quite how to say this tactfully, but it's possible that I slightly exaggerated the infinite nature of the hole.
Yep, I knew it,
Is
I
it a
knew
very,
it, I
very deep
knew it.
hole? To be certain it is.
You're
It's an
gonna
extremely deep hole. I don't want anyone to
just
say that it
die.
isn't an astonishingly deep hole. It is.
It is a
Is
deep
it
hole, but
infinite?
yeah. Nope,
Well,
not
that
at
sort
all.
of depends on your
Nope,
definition
nope,
of
not at all.
infinity. From one perspective, the infinite is merely philosophical in nature. It's more of a... Okay, well, good for you. You found the bottom of the hole. You found me out, Stanley. I'm a liar and a cheat, and you're so clever. Look, I think the issue here is just that you're unusually fascinated by falling. What
I'm
normal
just
person
fascinated by not
actually
doing what
wants
you
to
told me.
fall infinitely? I figured the hole was as deep as anyone would actually need. Don't you put this on me. Maybe you're the problem.
Oh, somebody's still upset about those bad
Look,
reviews,
things
huh?
got a little heated there. I think we both said some things we didn't mean. Why don't we just put all this
I
behind us
mean,
and
I see
agree
what
to
I
just
meant.
call the whole mostly infinite? If that works for you, then go ahead and press the teleport button to warp up to the top of the hole and we can move on. I'll just be up here when you're ready.
What if I don't want to? Is anything gonna happen if I just chill down here or no? Why the hell do I still have a bucket?
Great. Now, I'm very excited to show you even more of my ideas for the sequel.
This bucket's gotta come in handy for something. I'm assuming it's gotta come in handy for some kind of ending. Is what I'm thinking. Let's see. Can I go up those stairs? No, but there's just like a sign or something there. Let me go to that one overly worded ending on this section. This is no jump circle.
You know what? Let's bring the jump circle back for Stanley Parable 2 as well. It's a... Oh, wait. You already spent all your jumps the first time we saw the jump circle. Oh well. I suppose it can just be a nice decorative piece then.
I don't know. Somebody's stingy about not giving me jumps. Let's see. It's in the screenshot area. That's the Jimbo button. Jimmy Jimster. What's this over here? Can I go in this door?
An epilogue would be fun, wouldn't it, Stanley? Yes, it will go at the end of the, well, we'll figure that out later.
Hey, that was random. I need to go. There's like there's one more area I didn't go to. Let's see. Yeah, that thing. Setting world champion. Really? Okay, I guess we'll come back. That's bizarre. The achievement, whole jump circle. Do I need to get 6 collectibles? I wonder. Exit. I'm just gonna go to the exit, and exit is E. And E is over here. I didn't agree on what the connection is.
All right, have you seen everything you wanted to? Ready to move on now?
Yeah, I couldn't get into that one area.
So, Stanley, what do you think? Do you like all of the new features? Yes, I know it's not exactly clear
No,
yet how exactly
I
these
hope
features
they're
will
not
come
using
together as one
individual
single
Stanley
coherent
Parables
video
still.
game, but I
It's a
can feel
good
it in my
gag,
soul.
but
It's going to work. There's definitely a good game in there somewhere. Say, let's do an experiment. I'll arrange these new features together, and we'll see whether or not it coheres into a meaningful gameplay experience. Okay. Are you ready? Here it is. I give you the Stanley Parable 2. I mean, there's potential here, right? It's
my
sort of...
silence is
Okay,
how
never mind.
stupid it is. But
Hold
this is
on. Let me do a
so...
different
It's funny
arrangement.
but stupid.
Okay, yes. Yes,
Yeah,
this is
that's better,
much
okay.
better. I feel good about this. Here we go. Version 2.
Feels a little better,
Who am I kidding,
but...
Stanley? This isn't a
What? Oh, there's a
coherent video game
collectibles
at
on
all. It's
there.
a lot of gags. And I do very much enjoy creating gags, but they don't add up to anything. I wanted more than anything to create a sequel that would capture all
It's
the
just
magic
not
of the
quite
first
there. I
game.
don't
I
know. I
wanted
feel like
fans
this
to
is
love
missing
it. No
something.
matter how good these gags are, they won't stand on their own. They would need the structure and the gameplay of the original. Wait, maybe that's it. I can take the original Stanley Parable and simply, well, insert a few of my new features into it. Tastefully, of
Oh
course.
god,
With
now we're back to
respect.
the Ultra
With
Deluxe
care for the
version.
vision and integrity of the original game. Would it possibly work? I suppose it could. But it would need a really, really tremendous title screen. A title screen that says with bold and
Ultra Deluxe?
uncompromising conviction, "This is the Stanley Parable 2."
Oh, that's not what I
Let me see
expected.
if I can whip something up. All right, perfect. Go ahead. Take a look.
I'm so confused right now. What is going on? Huh. Credit? I'm so confused. It's like a game inside of a game? What the heck? It's so cool. I mean, I was just shitting on it a minute ago, but I mean...
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was
Oh
employee
god, it's
number
those balloons.
427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard.
Laggy.
Orders came to him
I don't
through
know
a
if it's
monitor
gonna
on
show
his
up on the
desk,
recording or not.
telling
I
him
hope
what
not.
buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day, every month, of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
Oh god, he wanted me
And
for this
Stanley
job.
was happy. And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Doors. Oh my god.
Stanley picked up the bucket. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left.
No.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I'm very confused.
And here it was.
Now.
Had the bucket turned out to be correct? Was this better than the meat? No, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room. And so the two of them detoured through the maintenance section and walked straight ahead to the opposite door.
This is basically just like all the same endings? This is so confusing.
Oh, good, Stanley. I'm glad you found your way here. I knew you'd find this place eventually. You see, your friends and I are concerned for you, Stanley. We've come together here because we care about you very much. It's this bucket you're carrying around everywhere. The bucket isn't even from the original Stanley Parable. It's just sequel content. We're the ones that matter, Stanley. Classic characters from the first game, like the Adventure Line and the Broom Closet, because that's what fans want from a sequel. They want more of their favorite jokes, not this bucket that they've never seen before. Yes, I know I'm the one who gave you the bucket, but you're spending too much time with it. Don't you want another story involving the Adventure Line? We could make the Adventure Line go somewhere new. Yes, yes, that's what the fans want. Let's do it.
I think if I just hang out in here, something will happen like the other ending. I don't know if I'm that patient though. The yellow line also goes over this direction.
Whee! Look at that wacky line. Who knows where it'll go off to next?
Right,
And it
that's
played
not
some
true.
silly music as well.
Chord function. That's awesome.
Now this is what the Stanley Parable is all about. Don't you remember all those great jokes from the original dialogue? Also, Stanley is addicted to drugs and hookers. It's as classic now as it was back then. Let's do it for the fans, Stanley. Let's give them more content exactly like this. But if we want to do that, you're going to have to give something up.
Okay. Oh, don't fall down. Somebody did a very poor job doing this. I mean, like, doesn't it go straight line? I guess I don't know. I mean, that might be more boring.
Don't you get it, Stanley? We need to get rid of the bucket. That's why I'm very proud to introduce a brand new character. This is the Bucket Destroyer. I think it'll make a wonderful new addition to the rich lore of the Stanley Parable. True, it also was not in the original game, but it's such a well-fleshed-out character with so much personality that to me it already feels as though it's been part of the cast all along. Don't you agree?
No.
Can you guess what the Bucket Destroyer does? Surely you don't need me to spell it out for you. Go ahead now, Stanley. say goodbye to the bucket, and then pop it into the machine when you're ready.
What if I don't? What if I just ignore it?
Now listen to me. It's crucial that you give it the bucket. I don't know what the bucket destroyer will do if it can't destroy your bucket. Destroying buckets is all it knows. That is its singular personality trait. Sure, I can hear you saying, how does a character with only one personality trait deserve to join the pantheon of beloved Stanley Parable characters? Well, you see, if you were to really explore the Bucket Destroyer, you would see that its desire to crush buckets is so densely loaded with complexity and nuance that it's really like 10 personality traits. What other object in this game can you even say that about? The broom closet? Certainly not. I wonder what sort of Bucket Destroyer merchandise the fans will be clamoring for after this. Okay, the Bucket Destroyer is getting very upset now. You'll have to hurry and feed it. We can't get back to the classic Stanley Parable characters like the Adventure Line or the Bucket Destroyer until you crush that damn bucket. Quickly now, the fans are waiting. Do it, the fans, Stanley. Give the fans what they want. Hurry and... The Bucket Destroyer. My prized creation. You had so much potential. We were going to do such marvelous things with you, tell such spellbinding stories about you. All of it squandered now. Goodbye, new friend. For the moment in time that you were here, you were magnificent.
Okay.
Someone was following Stanley. He was sure of it. If he checked over his shoulder now, he would surely catch them. It was only a matter of time. Stanley lifted the bucket into his arms, and a wave of comfort rushed over him. Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest and entered the door on his left. Still no one was here. Stanley needed the bucket's warmth and comfort now more than ever. Perhaps his boss's office was where he'd find answers.
Let's go do the standard ending and see what happens.
Stanley, can you feel it? The broom closet. It wants the bucket. You can feel that, can't you? The aura of jealousy? It's as clear as day. This broom closet believes it deserves the bucket. I can really feel it now. It's a bucket. It belongs in a broom closet. That's what the broom closet is trying to say here. It's supposed to go with the other cleaning supplies. Good for you, Stanley. Don't give in. Don't hand over the bucket. I know how hard it must be, given the pressure that the broom closet is putting on your shoulders right now, but you have to be strong. This is your bucket. This is your companion and lifelong friend. You can't hand it over. Oh, no. We're getting into name-calling now, it seems. Is this how low the broom closet has sunk, that it has to resort to this stream of petty insults simply in order to get you to hand over the bucket? Stanley, I never liked this broom closet for a variety of reasons, but even this is worse than I had imagined. And wait, now the broom closet has the gall to imply that you and the bucket are not truly deep and lasting friends? That your relationship is purely superficial and convenient? That your life is so banal and meaningless that you'd feel the same sort of kinship towards any inanimate object which happened to lay in your path in an even partially enticing manner? Well, I'd never. Go on, Stanley. Lay into it. Really tell the broom closet off for its demeaning comments. Expand on the wide variety of experiences you and the bucket have shared together. Go through each of them point by point. Share your journal entries detailing the rich emotional
This
landscape of your
narrator is
feelings for the
losing his
bucket as they
mind.
have changed and evolved over the years. Let him have it.
I don't know how to.
Okay, I've got you something which I think will help settle this debate once and for all. Here we go. There. Now it's settled. No more debate, no more discussion. Take a hike, broom closet, with all your meandering philosophical diatribes about the nature of cleaning supplies and their relationship to broom closets in the natural order of things. All right, I've got a second sticker back here, and I'm going to slap it on as well because I think it's appropriate. You see, I feel that it works because the sticker is also a bucket. That way, if you're ever unsure whether the thing you're holding is a bucket or not, you can look down at this sticker and say to yourself, it's a bucket. There really is a wide variety of applications for this sticker.
It in itself is a meme.
You know what? I could take the name-calling and the dismissal of your kinship with the bucket, but now the broom closet is just giving us the silent treatment, and to be honest, I'm sick of the pettiness on display. You can stay here all you like, but I've had it with this impetulant room of cleaning supplies, easily the most childish such room I've ever been in. I'll see you outside, and we can get on with the story about you and your bucket. Coming to a staircase, Stanley and the bucket walked upstairs to the boss's office. You found one of them. One of the miniature Stanley figurines. Remember, no reward for collecting all of these, only the intrinsic pleasure of a job well done. You can't buy that sort of happiness, Stanley. God knows I
I do
tried.
collect
So,
them.
I implore you to savor each and every moment you come across one of these beautiful figurines.
That's that's a that's a very unique business strategy. I'm just gonna yep, I'm just gonna walk away. Ooh.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Crushed by the weight of this revelation, Stanley may have broken down into an emotional dumpster fire if not for the soothing presence of the bucket. Even now, in his darkest of hours, did the bucket's warmth and guiding light pierce the dark clouds of confusion and chaos. It would be with him, always. The bucket would, and he knew it. The two of them were inseparable. At this point, Stanley was so absorbed in the tender spiritual connection he shared with the bucket that he didn't notice the keypad behind the boss's desk. Nor in his bliss of simply being near the bucket did he have any notion that the PIN number for the keypad was 2845. But Stanley guessed the correct code by sheer luck. Was it that the bucket knew all along? Was the bucket guiding him? Yes, this is certainly the most logical explanation.
Okay. Oh no, not an elevator. I don't understand what the point of this stupid bucket is. Maybe it's for the memes? I really don't know this game.
The elevator raced downward, plummeting towards an unknown fate. It would be all Stanley could do to keep himself
Oh my
together,
god,
if
bucket,
not
the
for the
bucket,
bucket.
Oh my god, I get it,
Soothing
I have a
him,
bucket in my
comforting
hand.
him, reassuring that in this darkest moment of uncertainty, he would be all right. The bucket is here for you, Stanley. Everything will be fine. Stanley and the bucket walked straight ahead through the large door that read, Mind Control Facility.
Guess I'm just gonna complete the normal ending and see if anything changes.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley and the bucket both wondered to themselves. The monitors jumped to life, and Stanley nearly dropped the bucket in shock. Everyone in the office was being videotaped, monitored like guinea pigs. The bucket had never seen anything like this, and it very nearly burst into tears as Stanley cradled it gently, reassuring it that everything would be fine.
427 right there. This is really creepy.
Was the bucket under the mind control facility's influence as
Oh my
well?
god, of
Had
course
the
they're
bucket
doing
been
this.
told to do things it didn't wish to do? What kinds of things does a bucket want to do or not want to do in the first place? These questions raced furiously in Stanley's feeble mind.
Why not get on? Oh, there we go.
No! He screamed into the bucket. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control, never! He squeezed the bucket tighter. His one friend in the entire world. At this point, he could trust no one except for the bucket. But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions, happy, or sad, or content. Walking,
Mind control,
eating,
that's
working,
offline.
all of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human
because
life.
it's the Ultra
For
Deluxe
he
version,
and
I
the
technically
bucket
already
would dismantle the
undid it, I guess.
controls for good. Two best friends, Stanley and the bucket, up against the world. They high-fived in a really cool way, and the bucket made a sassy comment about taking down the system. Stanley and the bucket waited in blackness. Was it over? Yes, they had done it. Stanley and the bucket had defeated their greatest and darkest enemy, freed themselves from the tyrannical grip of the evil mind control machine. Freedom was now mere moments away. Excitedly, the two of them began to discuss the kind of life they wanted to live once they stepped through this massive door. The bucket wanted to learn to roller skate. Stanley wanted to sneeze in every country on Earth. Both of them wanted to begin watching a movie, any movie, but then stop it halfway through and begin watching it in reverse from the end. True, it was a simple life they envisioned, but it was one they'd lived together, with one another to lean on, to trust, to support, and... What? Wait. What was happening? Why had the door stopped? Was Stanley and the bucket not about to be freed? An unbearable silence filled the room, lingering in uncertainty. Until finally the truth hit Stanley square in the face. This building did not want the bucket to leave.
Oh shit, we have to
Even
break
the
the bucket
facility
again.
itself recognized the incredible calming presence of the bucket, needed the soothing warmth
No,
of the bucket, go to any lengths need to
don't
go
make
with
me
the bucket.
sleep.
No, no,
No.
no. Stanley can't leave this place. Not while he has such a precious bucket in his arms. Not while this building has
God.
anything to say about it. Stanley realized he would never again leave this very room. But at least he has the bucket. To be trapped eternally in darkness isn't really so bad, Stanley thought to himself. As long as I have my bucket with me, right? I'll be okay, won't I? Stanley gulped. Very soon now, he was about to find out.
Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well today. I hope you enjoyed the video. And if you enjoyed the video and would like to see more content like this, then go ahead and drop a like and maybe subscribe. And I would always appreciate a comment. This was part one of me playing Stanley Parable, the Ultra Deluxe version, or maybe even Stanley Parable 2. I'm not sure yet. But stay tuned for part two, and I bet you we'll figure out what the heck is going on with this game. So far, it's been pretty fun. But let me know what you think down below in the comments.